All right, and we're back. It's Drew with Dan again. Dan, tell us about your feelings about last time we played.
Yeah, I was watching the videos and reflecting on it, and I think I don't know that I piloted the control mirror particularly effectively last time we played. So I think I was, because I considered myself to be the beat down in the matchup, because you had a superior card draw overall and probably inevitability. I jammed probably a little bit too hard. I didn't sort of fade out spells and keep it a focus enough eye on like what mana you had free. I also think I was really greedy on Lutri and should have held it for longer and been satisfied with drawing stupid cards off Gush and things like that in the mid game. I left myself vulnerable to spell pierce in particular at points in time and soft commission. So
Yeah, I think it's an art learning how to. I think everyone's learning how to use Lutri. I'm still learning as well. So it's just a matter of how many games you play with it.
Yeah, I got greedy. I've had a lot of mid-range kind of matches, or mid-range and sort of combo matches in the tournament, and so I think that kind of got me thinking I could just jam it, but it's quite risky to pay 5 mana to resolve a vanilla 3/2. So yeah, I think it's a kind of card that rewards more circumspect play.
Yeah,
Into late game value.
I think you're touching on something important there. Like playing Lutri against a deck without counter spells is quite different. You can just like turn 4 bolt Lutri, no worries. But against a control deck, you gotta make sure that the Lutri target resolves. Otherwise, you're just down a massive weapon. I think. Yeah.
I think like the presence of it potentially, like it keeps spell pierce and cards like that really light up until the late game. Like because you're really having to spend 4 or 5 mana to resolve your massive effect. And so you have to be really wary of those cards. Some cards like Force Negation, if you're going to start jamming that card in the mid game, I think.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because that might be an argument. Usually you gush in your main phase, but against like Force of Negation, you might want to start gushing Lutri in upkeep or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not beyond that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I've turned my points up tonight, so I've cut Force of Will. I mean, Force of Will is an interesting one against Lutri because Lutri is like a natural 3-for-1, if you know what I mean. So if you Force of Will with the card that is copied with Lutri, they still get the 3/2 and you're down a card as well. So it's kind of whether or not it's good, and like Snapcaster to make sure I replace it with it puts you up a card, and I'm running my main deck Cluster Storm as well. So I've got kind of big cards like Beserker and Cross of Progress, and doubling cards with Lutri also gives extra copies for Cluster Storm as well.
No, I don't think. Oh, it does. Yeah, like Cluster Storms. If you go spell Lutri, Flusterstorm, that's 3. The copy doesn't count though.
No, the copy doesn't, but like
still a lot of spells.
There's a counter battle where there's already another card kind of being cast as well. So you're looking at sort of 4 copies of Flusterstorm, or 3 or 4 copies of Flusterstorm in counter battle. Which is good.
I think that
people don't have that much mana free.
I think that point you made about Spell Pierce now being live right into the late game is a really good point. Yeah, and it's definitely good. Well, even your days was live. Like when gushing puts you down on land, so that helps Spell Pierce stay live as well. If you're playing against Gush decks, yeah.
Well, Gush is still good if you like against Spell Pierce. If you're not too greedy, but if you're going to go for your you draw 4 cards, that's when it becomes live. So it turns Lutri into a risky proposition because you to take your islands back, then have to tap an additional land to cast a Lutri to resolve the 4, to pay the 3 mana for Lutri. And so you've got to have quite a lot of mana remaining to engage in a counter battle or to be able to, it's like, it makes Spell Pierce quite a good card at the moment, I think.
Yeah, and I was thinking like the turn after you gush, because you're down on lands, Spell Pierce is good then as well. Like, I mean, I mean, if you're dead, it doesn't matter, but usually you'll still be in it. Yeah. Okay, so you've changed some cards. Oh, you talk about like Storm count for Flusterstorm as well. I was even thinking, I've got this slot in my deck which I don't know what to do with, and I was even thinking of like Arayo. Do you know that Arayo guy? Yeah. Because like, at least in a control mirror, like you know, you can do Lutri spell, mission briefing spell, or I can easily do like 3 spells. So if you do that on your opponent's turn, that's going to flip a Rayo. Well, that's pretty strong. But he's a 1/1, so he dies to Ren and 6, and Ren and 6 is the killer, and Liliana the last hope. So I'm not playing it, but it is a good option for me if I'm kind of storming out. Effectively, I mean, I'm winning anyway when I do that, but it's interesting thoughts. Anyway, this.
I expect.
Go again.
Yeah, I think it may be an interesting option for a sideboard, although perhaps too greedy. Just because I think a lot of opponents would board out their removal against you. Although it remains a blue card and it could be pyroblasted. So perhaps, not those.
And the effect of companions on removal, like siding out removal, is quite interesting as well. Like now you need, well, they're going to have a 3/2. I mean, that's not too scary, but it's definitely against decks like Lurrus Storm. You know they're going to have a creature, so you can't side out all your removal against combo decks where you otherwise might. So that's annoying. It kind of forks you. You've got to take on creatures as well as spells, even in fighting combo. Anyway, so this one slot, I had 2. Sav reckons I need to cut a land, so I've gone down to 21 lands. You wouldn't like that. So I put opt in. I think opt is better in the Lutri meta. But I think actually playing with it, I think opt is like a really good free roll in any reactive control deck where you've almost always got like a spare mana. In a kind of mid-range deck where you're just kind of jamming premium threats, opt gets in the way. But if I'm playing a reactive deck where I'm holding up counter magic or removal or seeing what my opponent's going to do, opt is quite free. It's quite Gataxian Probe, like Manamorphose. It's just like free selection, like Mishra's Bauble. I've got a lot of free selection that I like. Or colour fixing. Yeah. So I'm really liking opt. I've still got Chrome Mox in my sideboard if I really desperately need an extra mana source against like mana attack decks. But also, I had another, so I cut a land. I cut just like a white fetch land because I don't need white as much. I don't need double white anymore. No, I cut, Gideon's gone. I wasn't playing him last time.
Yeah, no, I like Gideon.
Yeah, he's okay.
Because I put on late play kind of tempo decks and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, but it's very hard on the mana, especially the post board. I'm sick of boarding out white cards just to fit the moons in. Like, so yeah, it just changes the way you fetch mana. I just didn't want to. It's just not having any white spells just improves your mana a lot because you can fetch basic islands more aggressively, which is good against price.
The other thing I was reflecting on last week is just how strong Clovis was, how it went the whole way in that match, the sideboard match we had. I think one of the reasons why it's really cool is because unless you daze that card or you have 2 mana counter magic, it can't get hit by force of negation because it's a creature on the stack and then it's an enchantment in play. So you can't spell pierce it either. The card's a bomb.
Yeah, it's hard to steal even with the duck. Even with the duck ultimate, you can't point lightning bolts at it because it's not a creature. You need to point like ice. Like I kind of want to play fire. I had one last slot, the memory lapse slot. Memory lapse is okay, but I want something that's good when I'm behind. Memory lapse isn't that. So yeah, ice can always, if you duck ultimate, you can ice an enchantment and steal it. So I kind of want fire ice in that slot, but I'm trying out. Let me find that. So I've got my opt. I'm trying out this guy. Yeah, I mean,
that's good. I mean, I don't know if it's as great in this format as it is in other, but just because it just gets attacked. There's a lot of creatures going around in this format.
I agree. There was a lot of creatures going around, but what is the meta now? If it's all ancestral Lutri mirrors, it's good there.
Yeah,
like, I agree. It's not. I cut it quickly from my old deck because it was just dying to mid-range creatures with too low impact. But playing against it, like yeah, well, I lost to Clothis when I was playing against like Idris the other night as well. So Clothis is really good, and I need to just beat down harder when I see that. But the Narset, it's kind of like a Teferi. Like, you know how Teferi shuts down your counter magic?
Yeah.
Like Narset shuts down your cantrips.